My first experience with Bible in schools took place at Red Bank Elementary School when I was a little boy.
My first experience with the Bible in schools was actually a student in elementary school.
Was in 1964.
60 some odd years ago.
The impact of Carolyn Owens truly cannot be conveyed in words.
It was just a part of our everyday.
When I was in the 8th grade at Red Bank Junior High School in 1968.
I knew the teacher and had a lot of respect for the teacher.
I was an 8th grader last semester at Red Bank Middle School.
I mean, he just didn't teach a story from the Bible. He painted pictures.
You can't quantify the significance, the impact.
Coming into that Bible history class, life was a black and white photograph. He put color to the photograph of life for me to help me understand life better.
Anything written over 2,000 years ago that's still being talked about, you better to read.
It's the foundation for our educational system. It's foundational for our economic system. It's been foundational in the arts.
It's arguably the most influential book in all of Western civilization. It makes all the sense in the world that you would read that book.
In all of literature, you can't study Shakespeare without an understanding of what the Bible has to say. It's been compared to a pool in which a child may wade or an elephant may swim. There's just no limit to the depths that you can go to when you're studying the Bible.
Dr. J. Park McCauley founded the McCauley School.
Bible history was sort of a foundation, cornerstone for their learning and development. And so he very wisely said, well, hey, we could do this here at McCauley. I'd like to see it done elsewhere in the community.
And he wanted to do that because he wanted public school students to have the same privilege of reading the Bible as private school students.
He had a relationship with the YMCA, which brought together a committee, and that's when, in 1922, Bible in the Schools was established.
There was an awareness among the founders that biblical literacy was really important, and that lots of people didn't go to churches, and that some understanding of the Bible was simply an important part of a good education. Lots of students were first exposed to the Bible that way. Many students who never went to church were still exposed to the Bible that way.
And so for years and years and years, many volunteers were the teachers at the various schools. And many of those were church members, and there weren't very strict guidelines on exactly what they could or could not teach. Back in the late 70s and early 80s, there was a challenge to that. A ruling came down that basically had two components. One is that Bible could be taught in the public schools, but it had to be taught as literature or as history. Secondly, those that taught Bible in the public schools needed to be full-time employees of the Hamilton County school system.
And so there was a court-approved curriculum that we still use today, that legal for Chattanooga, Hamilton County, and beyond.
And that is simply not the case in any other school district in the United States of America. That just isn't the case. It doesn't cost the school system any money because it's paid for by others. So Bible in Schools ends up being the largest donor on an annual basis to the public school system. There are not many things when you can use the word unique when it's not an exaggeration. But Bible in Schools is truly a unique program in the United States of America. There's just not even a close second.
I think the legacy of Bible in the schools is the result of a clear focus on the long-term mission of educating students and enabling them to flourish because of what they're being taught from the principles of the Bible. But the real legacy, I think, in personal terms, is really not measurable at all.